So, you want to learn Chinese? Well, you've come to the right place, my friend. So, grab yourself a notebook, and a pen or a pencil, your preference, a ruler. You want to make straight lines before you're taking notes. If you do Cornell notes, and an apple. You may get a little hungry. It's not gonna be a long video, but you're gonna make you a little hungry. So I'm gonna go over 14 words with you, numbers, and sentence structures. The first word I'm going to teach you is you. You is pronounced ni, and if you watched my last video and if you had a little time to study, I know it didn't give much of a good gap, but while saying ni, it's the third tone, so it goes right here, down, then up. So it's the third tone, and it is written as pinyin form of it ni. The character form of it is written as ni. And I know, and in my last video I also went over traditional and simplified versions, and some of them, I didn't mention this last time, but some of them, the simplified is the same as traditional, and ni is one of those characters. That is the traditional form as well as simplified. Next word is going to be good, or well. So good is pronounced how, and like in the last one, it is using the third tone, and its pinyin form is H A O. How. Character form of it is how. And of course, I'm pretty sure you noticed that together, ni, how make hello. So, Okay, next word is to be, and that is also written as, it could also mean, not written as, but it could also mean is, I am, like I am a student, or he is a teacher. And in some forms, and depending on how the question's asked, it could also be used as yes. Like, I can't think of a good example right now, but if you ask a question, you could say sure, as in for yes. Not always, but yeah. So you can, in some forms, it could be used as yes, because some questions it can't be answered that way. It has to be answered a different way. Like I think the question also has to be asked a different way as well. So there's different variances. Like you could say, are you a teacher? And that's one question, and that would be said as Ni Shi Lao Shi Ma, I think, and you could say "wu" as in no, or you may say sure. But if you ask, like, if you have any siblings, you have to, now I'll tell that in a different lesson, but it is asked differently and answered differently. But back to sure, or to be. So it is spelled pinyin form of it anyway. It's spelled SHI, and it is sure. And if you're listening, it is the first tone, so it goes down. So sure. And it's spelled, like I said, SHI. It may spelled, may not. It may sound like it's spelled as in sure, like SURE, but it's not. I think also no. It's just I was gonna say I think it also has to do with the tones, but it doesn't. I was mistaken. But so the character form of it is written as a little sloppy, but sure, right there, right, right there. I mean, this will help. I mean, I'm going off old notes, and I practically wrote everything the book said, but for your sake, it'd be better to get an actual book and not just going off these videos, because although it will help a little, nothing beats a good old textbook. So, carrying on. Next word is student, and that is pronounced or said as shui sheng. In the first part, the shui, which is, it has the third tone, so it goes up. So shui sheng, and the pinyin form of it is spelled XUESHENG. Shui sheng. Third tone right there. The character form of it is right there, shui sheng. Now and also in that word, shui sheng, the first part, shui, also means to study, and that form is basically, character form of it is right there. So student, shui sheng, study, shui. The next word is going to be a question word. So I said earlier, there are different ways in asking questions, and ma is a question word. So it's, you ask a question, and at the end of the sentence, it's ma. So if you would say, are you a student? You could say, ni shi shui sheng ma. So, and ma is spelled M-A. No tone mark. So just M-A. M-A. And the character form of it, it is ma. Okay. So like I said, it's a question word. Some questions you can say, you can ask. You put one, and some questions you put ma at the end of it. And others you don't. I think. Oh, while I'm going over this is also while I'm helping you guys, it will also be a little bit of a review for myself. So, next word is I. I, or me, and for like, they don't have words for like, I mean they have words for it, but for like my, you put woulda at the end of it, but that's the duh as that is for another lesson. But well, I'm gonna write this above mine to save paper. Don't know why I didn't do that before, but okay. So wo is W-O, and if you say it correctly, you can really hear the tone. So it'll be wo. So, and I just signed the tone. So it is the second tone mark, or at least on this sheet is. So it goes down, wo, and back up. The character form of it. Right here. What or I. Next word is also. So it is pronounced I forgot to say also. So well, it's spelled I can't believe it. But it is spelled Y-E. Yeah, I think. I'm sure I'll come across it one day again in my life. And so it's also, and character form of it. I think it's yeah. Yeah, because it is the second tone mark, so it goes down and back up. So that's the character form of it. At the end of it, if you guys didn't catch it, I'll go back over the character again. So next word is he or him. Now this word can also be used for she. It just, when you're saying it, it's the same, but when you write it in character, it's completely different. It has the female radical. And I said in my last video, I couldn't remember the name, and I'm not sure if this is the right name, it just popped into my head again. But a radical is kind of like a hint on how to say it or what it means. So like I said in my last video, ice, it has water radical, and then the rest of the character for ice. So he, and that is ta, and it's flat, so ta. Not going up, not going up and down, or not going down, just flat, ta. So top. That, the male version, or he, is written as top. Next word is not or no. And this one is boo. So it's just down. So boo. It can I think you can use it as an answer if someone asks you a question, but I don't think so. I mean, it's been a while since I've been on the first lesson. It's been about 3-4 years, but so it's no, not, you know. So if you're using it as a sentence, like I am not a student, it is 我不是学生. Since it's negative, it has to be put in front of um the the word. I can't think right now. But okay, so boo spelled B-U. Character form. Boo. No, I'm not. Okay. Next word is teacher or 老师. And it has two tone marks. 老师. So second tone mark up and down for 老, and last tone mark flat for sure. So 老 sure. Second tone mark, last tone mark. The character for that is right there. Not sure. Okay. Next word is going to be Chinese language. So for Chinese, there's two different ways for Chinese. There can be the language and the people. For us English speakers, it's kind of the same thing, like, oh, you speak Chinese or you're Chinese. For them, it's 中文, and for language, it's 中文, and for people, it's 中国人. So two different ways. The people will be taught in the next lesson. So 中文 spelled Z-H-O-N, G-W-N. And just like Lauscher, it has two tone marks. It has the flat tone mark for over the O, and the up tone mark, and the third tone mark going up over the E, so 中文. And it's a little hint about this is Zhong is, I'm pretty sure it means the middle, so like middle kingdom, because I think at the time, I'm just going off of memory of what my Chinese teacher said, but I think she said at the time they thought China was in the center of the world, so the middle kingdom. So like, and I think Zhong just means the middle. So like, you use middle school, Zhong, things like that. So the character form of it it's a little sloppy, but actually I got right here. I got a better form of it written right there. But it's written here too, so when I go over the characters again, you guys can see it. Now I have to, lose it. So that is Chinese language. The second character, the second character or word I'm going to teach you is she. Now, like I said, it's the same as he, ta, but written totally different. So, and it's, spelled the same way, same tone, T, A, flat tone mark, but it's the characters that are completely different. So, it is she, he, she, he, ta, ta. You could tell the difference is the radical. Right here is the female radical, and right here, radical totally different. Okay, I wasn't taught this one, but I looked it up. The next word I'm going to teach you is professor, and it is Jiao Shou, I think. I don't know how to say it, but it's spelled J A O S H O U. Both have two tone marks, but the same. The first tone mark going down. So Jiao Shou, I think. Like I said, I wasn't taught that one. Just looked it up just because I was kind of reviewing before I did this video, and so this character is written as like I said, not taught it, so a little messy, but dead professor. Okay, so those are all the words I'm going to teach you today. Next is the writing. Let me turn to the page with the writing on it. Because like it's been, I know the writing, but I just want to make sure, because I have been in my Chinese class for a month, and I know I still remember, but I don't want to give you guys false info. So jeez. Gosh, can't find the right page. Screw it. You guys will eventually find out if you have like a Chinese class or something like that, or you get the book. So the Chinese writing system is pretty easy to remember. It's the only one I can't really get right is 100 and higher. So the first one, I'm just gonna write them out for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So first one course, number one, E. Y, I. And I think it is the second tone mark, up and down. So, not really sure. Next one, 2, is me. I'm going to show you guys the character form of it last. So, me. Wait, no. That's right, my bad. E, R. Let's think of Japanese. Okay, I'm not sure what tone mark 2 is. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep looking real quick. R is the first tone mark. Goes down. Found the right page. Next one is sun. So, yeah, sun, flat tone mark. So, sun. 4 is sheep. So, S-I, first tone mark, going down. 5. Okay. I really have to stop thinking about Japanese right now. Since I've been on that for a while, it's numbers have been kind of getting to my head on that one. 5 is Wu. So W-U. Wu. And it is the second tone mark. Goes down and up. 6 is Leo. So it is L-I-U. And it is the first tone mark over the U. So it is Leo. 7th tone mark is Chi. Yes. Q-I. Yeah, Chi. 8, Ba. So it's just B-A. And it is I think it's the third. I mean going down. First tone mark. Nope, flat. So, Ba, over the A. Now, like I said, in the first video, the pinyin, if you do plan on going to China, I was told, because I asked this question because I was worried that I was going to remember anything. And I asked if I went to China, can I just use the pinyin to, get around? She said, my Chinese teacher said no, because they don't have pinyin written all over the signs and everything. It's all character. So the pinyin helps only for pronunciation, and that's it. You have to study the character that it goes with. No, the granite, it'll be tough at times because it'll look almost exactly like, but it's just, it has little differences. They may sound alike, but the tones are also what makes it different. So, if you do plan on studying Chinese, stick with it. Don't trip off this is really tough. They look almost exactly the same. They mean the same thing. What's the big difference? Just think about, like when a foreigner learns our language, we have a word that can mean a numerous amount of things. So just try to, because you have to, I do that with my Japanese too. You have to realize that, that some of the words may mean the same or different, just don't lose your cool over it. Just stay calm. And if you feel like you're not learning anything, take a break and come back. Because you don't want to keep trying to learn something and worrying, oh, well, I'm not learning anything. And while you're learning and thinking that, you're not going to learn anything at all. So, if you feel like you're not learning anything, just take a break for like a day or two, come back, and go over it again. Now if you're doing it for a class, you can't do that. You gotta just take the notes, at least. Just take them, and just study when you have time. Like I would say, like, now if you have a test or anything, don't take 2 days off. Just try and fight through. But try to take a break and then get back to it. So that is my little hint in studying another language. Because I'm not going to give up on Chinese either. I'm going to keep at it with both this and Japanese, and then maybe another language. Because, saying you know Chinese looks really, really good on a job resume. And, so, anyway, back to this. So, 9 is said as Ju. So, it is the second tone mark up and down over the U. The last one well, it's not the last, but 10, that is sure. It's just like sure for the to be, but it's another tone. So it is SHI and the third tone mark. So it goes up and down. So let me find it. Yeah. So right here, first tone mark, just going straight down. Third tone mark, going down. So like I said just now, it may look exactly the same in pinyin form, but you just have to look at the tone marks. The tone marks can make all the difference in the world. So here are the pinyin forms of the numbers. Yi, I think it's Yi. Let me make sure. Yeah, Yi. But it is not the second tone mark. It is a flat tone mark. So lucky enough, I found that. And so character form. Those are really simple to remember. So I'll show them to you on the. Really simple to remember. So, yi, san, si, wu, liu, ji, ba, zhu, sha. Now basically, for anything 90 and under, it's pretty easy to remember. So if it's like 90, you put jusha. I'm not sure if that's how you say 9. I could never really say 9. But let's say 20. Sure. So it would be, you put and then sure. Simple as that. So let me go ahead and leave this up here for like a minute or two. So, like I said, for like 30 or 20 or 40 or, you put this, Sun. Sure. So if like say you're writing 25, be sure, woo is very easy to remember, and you could do that with everything under 90. And no, I can't really remember the hundreds and higher, but those are, 0 is just like R's. It's 0, and it's lean. L-I, I think, first tone mark, N-G. So it would be L, first tone mark over the I, and G, and it's written like, 0, just a circle. Okay, so gonna wrap this up real fast. It's been almost half hour. So the sentence structure is very easy to remember. It's you would say, like, you meet someone for the first time, you'd say ni hao, hello, and then they'd reply ni hao, and then so I'm gonna write maybe, let's see, I'm gonna write a few sentence structures, and then I'm going to call it a night, because it is almost 12 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so for if you want to ask, say, I'm a student, I'll write this in 3 forms: English, opinion, character. So okay. So, 我是, so first, I am a student. Then, 我是学生. So, you put, I am a student. So, 我是学生. Next one is, I am not a student. And really all you do is just you put boo in front of sure. So I'm not gonna write the English version because I just said the sentence. So boo sure shui sure. Okay. So simple as 我不学生. And let me go ahead and do that up for a little bit. Okay. Now for question, you put um, as simple as what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Alright, like so the sentence will be, are you a teacher? So it'd be me, sure, Lao sure, no. So okay, had a little, couldn't think of it for a moment. So me sure, Lao sure, no. And you can answer it as either um, 我sure, Lao sure. Like for instance, you could, if you were asked, are you a student? All you would do is just replace Lao sure, or replace it with student, and you can answer it as either 我是学生 or 我不是学生. So I am a student. I'm not a student. So let's say 你是学生吗? And since I am a student, my answer would be 我是学生. Or if I was a teacher, I'd say 我不是学生. And then I am a teacher. So, and you can do that with, you can, instead of like saying I am, or if they ask, is he a teacher? Just, it'd be, instead of ni, you replace that with ta, shi, shui, sheng, ma. And then you could put either ta, bu, shi, shui, sheng, or ta, shi, shui, sheng. So, that's pretty much it. I'll go over the characters so you can memorize them. So, me, for you. Sure, to be. How? We're good. Shui Shun for student, and Shui for study. And then Ma for a question word, for put at the end of a question. Wo for I. Ye for also. Ta for he. Difference is the radical for different between he and she. Bu for no or not. Lao shi for teacher. Zhongwen for the Chinese language, or just for Chinese, the language. Ta for she, again, radical, major difference. And Jiao Shou for professor. And later on in the future, you can be ready for better videos, because I didn't really think about all this stuff until during the video. So, okay, so numbering. Yi for 1, for 2, san for 3, S for 4, Wu 5, Liu 6, Qi 7, Ba 8, Jiu or 9. I can't say 9 in Chinese for nothing. And Shi for 10. Difference here, and for just an opinion, is the radical. I mean the tongue. So it's going down. This one is for sure. This one is going up. I mean going down. And this one going up. And then character. Okay, so that's the first lesson of Chinese I'll do for you guys. Like I said, next one you can be ready for better, well planned out videos. So yeah, like I said, that's the first lesson of Chinese I'll show you. Keep at Chinese, because in the end, although you may wonder why do I want to learn this language, I'm never going to learn it. I mean, I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to China. You know, things like that. Just know, just think in the long run, it will. If you're looking for like a high-paying job or something like that, or a dream job that you might have, just consider that Chinese might be a might help you get it. So because not everyone in America learns Chinese. Usually, if they have to learn another language, it's something easy, or just something like most people learn, like Spanish or something like that. Not that I'm saying Spanish is an easy language to learn. It might be difficult. I never, that might be one of the future languages I could go for. But I mean, Chinese is it really does help. It really does shock people to say that you know Chinese. So, like I said, it will pay off in the long run. You can, so yeah, just keep at it. Don't lose your cool and say, you know what, forget it, I'm just going to not learn Chinese, I'll just learn a different language, or I'm not going to learn a language at all. Because, I mean, I'm only 18, and I just recently graduated high school, but I know that, I'm not saying other teenagers don't, or anything like that. I just know that, the world is changing. Right now, America isn't the best country that was a while back. It's still a good country, but it's not the way it was before. And I mean, our generation, we're gonna have to pick it up. It's as simple as that. Because we've made some bad choices. So we're going to have to be the ones to pick it up. So learning Chinese will help you in the long run. No doubt about that. So don't lose your cool. Just take it if you can, and you're learning it and it's becoming too overwhelming and you think I'm not learning anything, take a break for like a day or two and just come right back at it where you picked up where you last left off. Like me, my Japanese, for instance, I started feeling like I'm not learning. I was learning stuff I didn't feel like I was learning, and a friend told me just take a break and organize my thoughts and everything, and I did. I came back and I was okay. But on that, I'm really going to go back to the first lesson, to make sure that I didn't just fly by it. Just make sure I'm actually learning. So just take your time, keep your cool, and don't give up. Simple as that. It is a good language to learn. If you're interested in it, you're going to be learning it fast anyway. But if you're not interested in it because I mean, me in high school, I wasn't really. I wanted to learn Japanese, and my school didn't give that. It gave Chinese, Russian, German, French, Spanish, Arabic, I think some other language. And out of all those, well, Chinese was the closest to Japanese, and so I picked that. Um, so I didn't really enjoy it. I tolerated it basically. I liked the teacher; she was nice. Um, but I didn't care much for the language, learning it until I started getting a little bit better at it. Then I started caring a bit about more. So um, so just keep your cool. I know I've said this like a gazillion times, but I can't stress enough. Keep your cool. Don't give up on it. Don't do any extra stuff. Just get a good textbook. Get a good um, uh, and the best thing to do would be to make sure that you're actually learning is talk to an actual Chinese person. I don't know any Chinese pen pal sites. I'm currently looking that up myself. Um, so yeah, just try and talk to an actual Chinese person. See if that helps. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. I'll uh, I'll be back with more in Chinese. So get ready.